Hi, and sorry for the delay. Good evening, everyone. Great, good to see you all here. Jwalini, Hobby, Shobha, Diveshri, Sarita, Anita, Lakshmi, Preetham, Anup, good evening. Okay, let's begin. So, you've always seen that in relationships, a wall is reached when there is a rejection. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you what rejection is, and I'm going to explain to you how to not fall into it in the first place, and if you do fall into it, how to come out. That's my agenda for today. But let me explain to you what rejection actually is. All right, so let's begin. It's three things, and it's very common. Okay, it's so common, my God. Okay, let's start. Reversing rejection with courteous communication. Okay, so I'll also be talking about what is courteous communication. But first, let's see what is rejection exactly. In any kind of relationship, even if it's a romantic relationship or a spouse, or even if it is an office relationship, like with a boss or an employee, whatever it is, if these three things come, then that is rejection. That means your the work that you're doing together has been rejected by the other person, and you yourself have been rejected by the other person when they start feeling disgusted by you, when they attack you, or if you point out something, they start defending. Okay, now tell me, how many of you don't have these relationships? I'd like to see. Everyone has it, right? Everyone has got this. Before I learned yoga, all my relationships were like this. There would be some wall of rejection, and despite that wall of rejection, we were together and trying to get something accomplished, but it never happened, and the struggle is real. Okay, so remember this: actions speak louder than words, because 90% of communication is non-verbal. All right. Okay, sorry about that. And this is good news. Do you know why? Do you know why this is good news? Because we don't need to be an expert in language. People think that to be a master communicator, you have to be an expert in language. You don't even have to know a language properly. I can be a master communicator even in languages that I know very little of, like Tamil. Okay? Because I know the secrets that I'm going to reveal to you today. And you'll know it too after this small kind of presentation. Okay, let's see. So, how do you sense rejection? People will communicate with their body before they can find the words for it, okay? But we have sensors to sense this, and these sensors are called mirror neurons. And now I'm going to tell you how to activate mirror neurons. If you want to learn how to activate mirror neurons, then type BIO in the chat box, which means bring it on. Okay? Let's see how many people want to know. Do you know why you should activate mirror neurons? Because sometimes, people don't know why they're doing things. So you should know. Why do you have to activate mirror neurons? To sense rejection before it becomes words, and deal with it then only, before it becomes a fight. You understood? If your mirror neurons are well developed, you'll not have any more fights because you'll be able to anticipate and to deal with it right away. Okay, now let's see. Now I hope you're interested. Okay, good. Always notice three things in people, okay? Three things. By noticing these three things, we can interpret what they're feeling. All right? If you just notice these three things, it's enough. You'll start feeling what they're feeling. Got it? Okay. First is notice their body posture. Notice the rate of breathing. Okay, notice the rate of breathing and notice their eyebrows and their mouth. These are the three things you have to notice. Okay. So if somebody's there in the room with you, look at their body posture, look at the rate of breathing. You can see the rise and fall of their stomach or chest, depending on how deep they're breathing, and their eyebrows and mouth. Have a look at the eyebrows and mouth. Okay, why am I saying eyebrows? Because the eyes sometimes say a lot of lies. Okay, so if you notice the eyebrows, people haven't learned to lie to that much of an extent. You can still catch it. Okay, so these three things: how to activate mirror neurons. All right, how to interpret rejection from the body. Let's get into it. Noticing body posture means Noticing tightened muscles and leaning. Only two things. You don't have to notice so much about it. Notice if they tightened any muscles, they look do the muscles look tight? And then notice which way they're leaning. Are they leaning towards you or away from you? Okay. If the person is leaning in, they want to engage. If they're leaning back, they want to disengage, either check out or leave, or you don't know. Okay. So notice if they're leaning in. If they're leaning in is word talking, they're listening. If they're not leaning in, they're not listening. Okay. Leaning in means like this, leaning in. Okay. But tightened muscles indicate fear. So who doesn't have fear? I mean, it's normal, right? Everybody should have fear, right? Okay. A lot of people have it. So you are interested in the information. Are they afraid of you or not? So now watch. I'll show you. If the postures hunch like this and they have tight muscles, it means they're afraid of you. Okay? You're the problem. They're scared of something that you will do. All right? Okay, good. I'll show you now. Sorry. Here it is. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Wrong one. Wrong screen. Just give me a second. Yes. Okay. All right. So, tightness in the legs. How do you notice tightness in the legs? They'll feel very tense. The legs will look tense, like they won't be relaxed. They won't be falling. They won't be like letting their weight loose. Be like tight. Okay? You make your legs tight and see yourself. Tightness in the legs. When you have a pressure of time, you'll start tightening your legs. Okay? Involuntary movement of toes. When somebody is shaking their toes like this is also time pressure. Okay? Fidgeting and picking up and playing with small things. Somebody's playing, you're talking to them, they're playing with small things. Indicates that they want to do something else urgently. All right. If the person is leaning in, yeah, they want to engage. This we already did. Okay, good. So that's all you need to know about body posture. Okay, notice whether somebody has a pressure of time or not. You can read this information from the tightness in the legs, and you can know if they're afraid of you or not, and you can understand if they want to be somewhere else or not. Okay, for everything, if you want to know it's about you, then notice the shoulders. Yeah, if you want to know if something is about you or not, then notice the shoulders will be rolled like this, a little bit. Then it's about you. The rolled shoulders and fidgeting means you are the problem. They want to get out of here. Okay, but the shoulders back and they're just fidgeting is something else. It's not you. Okay, simple. Notice the shoulders to know if it's about you. Okay, good. Everybody with me so far? You got it? Yeah, yeah. If you got it, just type GI in the chat box so far. Okay. If you got it so far, type GI. All right. So going back. Great. So I'm going to close this. Noticing breathing. Okay. Two things you have to notice. Are they having short breaths or are they having long breaths? Okay. Short breaths means their chest will be moving. Long breaths means their stomach will be moving. Okay. And short breaths indicates some distress. May or may not be because of you. If you want to know if it's because of you, check the shoulders. If they're doing short breaths like this, it means you are causing them distress. Okay. And if they got long breaths, it indicates gratitude or being pleased with you. They're happy to be with you. They feel safe. Okay. Now, the third one, noticing the eyebrows and the mouth. There are two modes, guys. I'm going to teach you about both the modes. There's rejection mode and acceptance mode. Okay. So you can read this by a person's eyebrows, whether they are rejecting you or they're accepting you. Okay. Let's do the rejection first, bad news first. Tense or knotted eyebrows and tight mouth. Okay, I'm going to show you this. Tense or knotted eyebrows and tight mouth. This means they're going to attack you. Okay, watch my face. My eyebrows tense. This is before somebody's going to tell you, like, give you the drubbing of your life. Hmm? Okay, I can't hold that for long. Yeah, but that's what it is. Okay, the next one is if the eyebrows are relaxed and the mouth is relaxed. Okay, these are three modes I told you of rejection. Learn these three modes. If the eyebrows are relaxed and the mouth is relaxed, it's apathy. Okay, like this. Really, you don't want anybody with their mouth relaxed and eyebrows relaxed. Yeah, whatever. Hmm. Yeah. okay. All right. Okay. Whatever. And rolling the eyes means they don't give a shit about you. Okay. Apathy has started. All right. And the next one is either or both eyebrows are raised halfway and the mouth curls up on one side. Curls up on one side. Means what? Mouth curls. Everyone knows what this is, right? It's disgust. The moment your lip goes up like this, eyebrows, one eyebrow, yeah, whatever. Okay, watch that. Watch out for that because when you get these three modes going on, when you come only, the face will be like this. They're disgusted with you. Okay, so you got to get out of that. I'll teach you how to get out of that. Don't worry. But first, let's understand it. Can you all recognize all the three from real life? Okay. Then type 3R. If you've seen this in real life, type 3R in the chat box. Okay. If you've seen all three in real life, then type 3R in the chat box. Let's see. How many have seen this in real life? Okay. All these three modes. All right. If you shift your eyes away, sometimes what happens, here's a piece of advice. Don't shift your eyes away when somebody is having a negative face. Because you know what that means? It implies you don't care. So be careful when someone's making a harsh face, be interested. Because I'm gonna teach you the way out. But most people like shift their eyebrows. Da, 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 da. If you don't look at that face, they'll feel that you don't care and you're not receiving what they're sending you. Before they open their mouth, also, they'll be sending you. And if you look away from that face, then you're into apathy mode. Okay? You don't give a shit. Then you're not going to solve this. Okay? But now let's talk about some good news. All right. Let's see how many 3 hours over here. A lot of people are going RRR. Good. Oh yeah, yeah. I know. Everybody's seen it, right? Yeah, I know this. Okay, let's go to the good news, the acceptance modes. Okay, if the eyebrows are fully raised, then it's admiration mode. You know how you guys, just before I go to this, do you know how you keep going on despite being seeing rejection mode? How many of you have kept going on despite seeing rejection mode? If you're being rejected, nothing you say is going inside. That's what it means. But how many of you keep going on when you're seeing rejection mode in someone? Yeah. Then type KGO. Type KGO if you in the past you kept going on. From now on, I will teach you not to go on. Before I teach you not to go on with that nonsense, how many of you have kept going on in the relationship? Like just keep talking, keep talking, keep talking, keep talking, whole night disgusted face. And in the morning, like everybody's exhausted because no sleep, because you were trying to get across to somebody who's rejecting you. Okay? Yeah. Don't keep going on. This is your cue. I saw this face, nothing is going in. Remember that. Remember this. Okay? All right, good. So, yes, back to our presentation. The good news, if the eyebrows are fully raised, it's admiration mode. Like, wow. Okay? Yeah, just make your face wow and see. Wow. The eyebrows will go up. This means admiration mode. Okay? All right. Then the next one is if the eyebrows are relaxed and the mouth is smiling, then it's a pleased mode. Okay, so the eyebrows are normal, like how it would be in disgust. But instead of tight lips, the person is smiling. Okay. All right. So that's a pleased mode. Okay. And if the eyes have become soft and the mouth is smiling, it is gratitude. Okay. It's like gratitude. You're like really grateful for this person. If somebody's doing this face to you, that means everything is good. All's good. Okay. Good. I hope you've seen these three, but very less, no? How many of you have seen these three faces that people made at you in the past 24 hours? No, very few compared to the other faces you've seen. Wow, so many of them rejection mode, and so very few in the acceptance mode. So very few relationships are going on in acceptance mode. Relationships have two modes: rejection mode and acceptance mode. Now I taught you how to read them. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, recently Meenakshi is saying she's able to see these things, right? Before it was not like that. Before practicing yoga, who will show you, right? Isn't it? Okay. So rather saying I've seen the three in you, it's very rare, no? Okay, good. All right, let's start. So I hope you got it. Yeah. So the whole thing I'm going to teach you now is how to get from an rejection mode to an acceptance mode. Okay. Who's ready to learn this shit? Okay. If you're ready to learn this shit, then type "Let's learn this" LLT in the chat box. Type LLT in the chat box. Okay. If you're ready to learn how to avoid rejection. Okay. You ready? 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 Type LLT if you're ready. Okay. Good. Let's learn this. Get role, goal, and time clarity. Most important, role, goal, and time clarity. What does it mean? So, needs a bit of explanation. Okay, but it's easy to remember. Role, goal, time. Three things to remember. You need complete clarity about this. If you don't know what is your role in the next task that you're going to do, if you don't know what is their role in the next task that you're going to do together, whatever it may be, okay, and the next interaction or whatever you're both trying to achieve next. It can be even a clean house, both trying to achieve it. You should have clarity. What is my role here? Who does the washing? Who does the wiping? You have to be clear. Okay. So if you're clear about the roles in whatever you're doing, then you need to get goal clarity, which is what are we doing? I think goal clarity comes first, and then the role clarity comes. From the goal clarity, you should take out the role clarity. If you agree to do something and you're not sure what's your role, then what are you going to do there? You'll be confused, right? You have to have clarity in these things, but people don't care. They don't care to make these clarities for the day with everyone that they're meeting. It has to be clear. You don't have to explain every day. Some things are repetitive roles. If I stop my house help and tell her, this is your role today, she's going to stop coming to my house. Okay? So you don't have to make it for obvious things, but other things like if you're getting married, then you really need to know what's the goal of it. Like, what's the goal? Nobody knows. Okay. People joining a job, like, has the boss sat you down and said, this is the goal, and this is the role that you have. This is the role that you have. Right? They do that, of course. They give you like a sheet with your role and whatever. And that is for role clarity. But in every task, people forget their role. They don't understand what they're supposed to do. They think they have to do something else at that point of time. They think this is the time I don't know, to talk about or to think about all the times that they've done things wrong. This is what I have to do. I have to go to my job, think about all the times I've done things wrong, and then I have to feel that I don't have abilities. And then when I feel I don't have abilities, then I'll try to do things, and they'll all fail. And when they all fail, I'll feel that I won't get started on anything again in my life. This is not your role. You had a role to do the job, but that role is gone, and you're gone now into another world. And in this other world, your role is victim. So you're a victim. Okay. How many people are playing victim in relationships? This is their role, main role. Okay, main role. They forgotten the main goal why they got married. Okay. Most people in India got married to avoid the pressure of their parents. Okay. So they had to avoid the pressure of their parents. But then what next? They're avoiding the pressure of the parents. Now they meet the parents, parents are very happy, no problem, nothing. Now the parents putting more pressure, have a child. Okay. Then avoid the pressure of parents and have a child. No, why child? What the child is going to do? What are you going to teach it? How are you equipped to teach it? Nothing. Oh, the education system taught me pretty well. I'm okay. Like, I can handle this. It's not a problem. No, you can't because you don't have any training in it, but you've done it anyway. Neither do you have any training in getting married, but you've done it anyway. Okay. So when you have a goal other than pleasing your parents, then people think before they get married. Like, yeah, what's the goal of this? Why should I do this? Or even before they get in a relationship, why should I do this? What exactly am I getting in this relationship that we're getting together for? Most of the time, it boils down to sex, which you don't have to be married to get it. Did you know? Okay, you know now. Okay, So, uh, I wonder why people do the things they do because they don't have a goal. Nobody has a goal. Nobody knows why they're doing things. You'll be saying, I'm the exception, but please check your life. Okay? Does everything you do have a goal and a role clarity? And does it have a time pressure clarity? Okay? The third clarity to have is time pressure clarity, which means who has pressures? You have to remove the pressures, otherwise, the person will get pressured by the time. So you have to notice that getting time pressure. That's why I taught you notice the legs. If somebody is hobbling around you with tight legs, you tell them, what is it that you have to do? And then be like, how did you know I had to go somewhere? It's like, I attended a good workshop. Okay. So that's how you start identifying whether someone's got time pressure, it's fidgeting, that they're moving things, especially moving their toes. They got time pressure. And say, what's your time pressure? And sort it out. So nobody should have time pressure. If they got time pressure, they'll do a shit job. Okay. So these three clarities, if you have, you'll never have problems in any relationship. And it's not too late to get these three clarities. What are we doing together? What is my role? What is your role? Do we have any time pressure to do these things? Get these things clear. Okay? Very simple things, but people don't bother, right? Then come to wholehearted agreement. They should agree, yeah, this is your role, and this is the goal, and this is my role. And yes, these are the time pressures. So let's clear the time. Let's clear the time up. Okay, you come to wholehearted agreement. If at any point there's a rejection, then ask courteous questions to come back to wholehearted agreement. Okay? So next I'm going to teach you the steps of asking courteous questions. Is it too much gyan? I hope you're able to follow here. Okay. If it's too much gyan, type TMG in the chat box. Okay. But you can like watch this again many times until you get it. All right. I'm just putting this out here as a service. So whoever wants to use it, please use it. Okay. Because I believe in Seva. All right. So what are the steps of asking courteous questions? All right. Nobody taught you, nobody knows. First step is called negative admission to self, which is a very hard thing to do. Okay. The first step is called negative admission to self, which means you have to admit there's something negative about your perfect you. How to do this? You have to admit that there's a negative thing in you that the other person doesn't like. I mean, it's not hard to admit this because they're pissed off at you and they've blocked you, they're rejecting you every day. Okay. If you can't admit that there's something negative in you, you can't solve it. Just watch some other video now on YouTube. Go. Watch some other video. Don't watch this one. Okay. You have to admit that when the person is rejecting you and your relationship has got into mainly rejection mode and hardly any acceptance mode, and even if there's acceptance mode, it's some fake acceptance. Okay, they've decided that they're just tired of rejecting, so for a while they accept you and then they get the energy to reject again. Okay, if that's happening with you, then you have to admit that there's a negative thing in you that the other person doesn't like. Okay, good. And just a minute. Okay, so identify the damage to you. Second step. How has this negative thing in you, not in them, in you, okay, God is specified, in you, made your life worse? How has this negative thing in you made your life worse? Okay, just identify it. Man, every day I come home and every day there's this cold shoulder that I get, and there is this wall that's being built of apathy around me. It's like I don't have any real conversation with this person. So they're seeing a negative thing in me that they don't like. And because of this negative thing, we have this wall of no communication. I see. Okay, that's identify the damage to you. I don't have communication with my spouse. That's identifying the damage. Okay, that's it. Second step, very easy. Third step, get role, goal, and time clarity and find the words to express it. Okay, you just think for yourself. What was the goal of this marriage exactly? Ah, okay, this was it. Okay, this is what I want to make it. Even if there was no goal, you have to make one. Okay, so then say in that my role will be like this, and this person's role will be like this, and then this will be the time pressures that they'll feel. Okay, get clarity in your head. You still haven't opened your mouth. Okay, don't open your mouth yet. I'll tell you when to open your mouth. Expressing sincerity. Do not defend your negative. Even this is not talking, this is to yourself. Expressing sincerity to yourself. Okay, expressing sincerity to yourself. Do not defend your negative thing. Tell yourself, I don't want to defend my negative things. I want a permanent fix. And feel this energy in your body. I will not defend my negative thing. Even if they say something negative about me, I will not defend it. I want a permanent fix. Okay? Feel this determination in your body. Your energy will change. Don't speak yet. Now only you have to speak. When you have all this clarity, you know what you say will be quality stuff. It won't be gobar gas, right? So most of the people, gobar gas? Yeah, everyone knows gobar gas. They have so much gobar, it starts producing gas inside themselves. And that gas comes out and vibrates their tongue. And then words come out. Okay? So a lot of people are vibrating with gobar gas. They're not really saying words. And you will not indulge in such conversations. Your conversations will be sharp like a knife now because you have all this data. All right? Good. So it'll get to the point, is what I'm saying, not sharp like hurting. Okay? Now request help and you say, I see my negative thing, and name your negative thing. Say, yeah, I see this. If you don't see any negative thing, you can't have this conversation, guys. Okay? This is what it's costing me. Please help me find a permanent fix by answering my questions. And then you ask these questions. Enter into the data gathering mode and ask questions without implicating them. How to ask questions without implicating someone? Okay, what does that mean? All right. How to ask a question which is implicating someone? All right. So, so that day when you did this, also you still didn't care, right? Now you want information about what they did on that day, but you're saying you still didn't care, right? So like that. Don't ever in your words blame them. Okay? Or show disgust or anything like that. You'll not get a solution. You won't be able to do it. Okay? All right. And a solution will arise if you ask questions without implicating them. There'll be some things not clear to you. And you can ask these questions clearly without making them look like a villain. If you make them look like a villain, you're gone. Okay? All right. Okay. Now, honestly, I don't expect anyone to learn this all by themselves. It needs coaching. Okay? All right. What is the source of all this friction? Okay, let's close all this. Nice colors. What is the source of all this friction? The answer will surprise you. It's ancestral karma. Did you know that? Did you know that ancestral karma is the cause of all of this crap, gobar gas that you're living in? Did you know? Okay, let me explain it in a few sentences. Okay, what do you think happens after you die? There are lokas and there are talas. And as a yogi, we are trained to travel inside these lokas and talas both. So it's called astral projection, and you can move your consciousness somewhere else from your body, and you can switch off the consciousness in your body. Your body will continue to have consciousness, but it'll be sleeping. So you put your body to sleep, and then you move out of your body fully conscious, and you go into the different lokas, and you can experience them only if you have a spiritual guide. Okay, so my guru took me to all the lokas and all the talas, and I saw in the talas it's full of our ancestors, and they are extremely badly suffering, crazy amounts of suffering. So they have, let's say in Atala, where the main flavor is confusion. Okay, it's one of the talas. You have people living normal lives in normal bodies, but they're totally confused about everything. Hell is not full of fire and poking and all. It's just normal. It looks like normal life, but they're so confused. And their whole life they're confused, and there's no escape from the confusion. And they keep living in that kind of way for thousands and thousands of years. Okay? Even they have death and they have rebirth back right in that. And so it's a horrible place to get stuck, the world of confusion. We are lucky we are on Bhuloka, which is one of the lokas where positive emotions are possible. Imagine a world where positive emotions are not possible. You don't have to imagine. You're in it, and that's not you. The good news is that people who are born on lokas don't have to have negative emotions, but because Earth is like on the border of the talas and here, there's a good, there's a good, wireless Wi-Fi communication between them and here, and they can vibrate the molecules of your body because your body is their gift. Well, they own a certain part of your body, right? Don't they? So they can vibrate your body in so many ways, and all this negativity that you're feeling is definitely not you. You don't have to own any of it. Don't own it, okay? And just imagine a blue flame. When you have any negativity, just take it. Don't own it. Say, this is not mine. Go find your Shanti Pitru and send them. They'll be born in a loka. Okay? This is my Guru's gift, Mahathar Babaji's gift to humanity. Use it and don't get on a high horse and start judging it. Just use it and see the difference that you feel. Okay, that's all I want you to do. Just all the distress and kachra that you're feeling, the gobar gas that's coming up from all the internal gobar, throw it into the blue flame, which is what your ancestor wants. This is what in yoga we call Pitru Seva. Okay? It is not doing yagnas for the Pitrus like how it's done in Vedic system. In the yogic system, we don't have that. We don't have to do yagnas. We have Babaji's blue flame, which I've seen burning in his cave. Okay? You just think of the blue flame. Imagine a blue flame, and then you just go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. How many of times you want? And you start feeling better. And you'll be like, oh, I feel so good. Okay? That's all it is. If you do this, even the body aches and pains that you have will come down because they'll be because of conflicts that are forming in your body. They'll all come down and just vanish. Okay? So remember this. This is the core of everything I taught you. Until you do this, you won't be able to do the rest of the stuff, which is have a good relationship. It doesn't work. If you don't do the Pitru Shanti, Pitru Seva, think of it as a Seva. You're not doing it for yourself. You're releasing the Pitrus. Do they bless you? Of course they bless you. Everyone blesses you. Okay? The blessing of another human being is very powerful when they really from their heart feel gratitude and they say, my God, this person's really there. That's it. That's a blessing. That means some kind of divine power comes to you. But you got to make them feel that gratitude. Don't do it just to get the blessing. It doesn't work. Okay? Just do it as seva. We don't know how to do seva. Everything we do is for ourselves. It's me, Mihishasur. Okay? So when you learn how to serve other people, you get to know what is the joy of serving other people, which is called mudita. Okay? So you start from here and you start serving your pitrus, you'll feel an unprecedented joy. That's called mudita. As these people go and get their freedom from that place, that's the biggest service that you can do right now. It's also the easiest service you can do right now. And if you do this service, you'll become capable of doing other service like lokaseva to help people. Okay, and find a guru and do guru seva until you get the powers that he or she has, and then you can do your seva too. Okay, so that's how it's been running, the gurukulam system, for years and years until the British came. Okay, now let me tell you a bit about Siddhas. Siddhas, like myself, we work without rejection. You'll be surprised to know I have not got rejected in years and years. I don't remember what it feels like. Okay? So I'm giving a 6-week free course, all right? And a bonus of 1 week coaching free because that in the first week you'll be learning Pitru Shanti properly. So if you learn Pitru Shanti properly and I coach you on it, you'll get somewhere. At least these things will be sorted. Your problem will be sorted for free. If you want to continue the coaching, only if you want to continue, it's 15,111 for the remaining 5 weeks. But you'll get 1 week of my coaching free. Like I'll personally coach you. Okay. And the new batches start on new moon and full moon. So you can always get in touch if you want to learn that. Okay. And yeah, if you go to my Instagram, Guru Pashupati, you'll find the link in my bio to get started on Siddha Yoga. So you can always get started anytime. Okay. Now, that's about getting coached. The next one will be, I think, on the 19th of May, 2023. Okay. So get coached and then learn this, because without getting coached, I don't think you're going to learn this. That's why I included this here. Okay. So now I'm going to answer any questions that you have. All right. And if you have any questions about how you should avoid rejection, no, reverse rejection, you can ask. Okay. All right. And I also have some questions, I think, on the internet. Let me check. Yeah, three questions for me on the form that I shared. So if you guys want to do all this, like ask questions on the form and then vote for what I should talk about and all that, get into the Facebook community called the Yoga of Accomplishment, and you'll be able to do these things from there. Okay. Yeah. So I have three questions here. I'm going to answer them too. I'm also going to answer any live questions that you want to shoot in the chat box. Just shoot it. Okay. Anjal is asking, how does other people's negative emotions about us change when we do Pitru Seva? You will do Pitru Seva for them also. You can do Seva for their Pitrus as well. Okay? I'll teach you. If when you come for the coaching, I'll teach you. Just jump into the coaching. I'll teach you all this. Okay. Then can we get the PDF? Yes, you can, of course. Just message me on WhatsApp. I'll send you the PDF. And then what else? Anyone wants the PDF? I'll put it up in my community, Yoga of Accomplishment on Facebook. So just join Yoga of Accomplishment on Facebook, and I will upload this after the talk, and you'll have the PDF today, the one that I used. Okay, cool. So I don't see any more questions. No questions. No questions. No. Everything perfectly understood. Your relationship's okay from now on. No questions. Okay, very good. That means either I did a very good talk or a very bad talk. Okay, let's see. Now I'm going to share the other questions. Yeah, okay. Divya has a question. What would happen if both parties are in rejection mode? Then it's not called a relationship, it's over. It's like ghar jao. Okay? That's it. It's done. It's all right, guys. Relationships break. It's okay. Because new relationships form with the wisdom that you got from the broken one. Better ones will form. Don't worry. Okay? Yeah, unless you're one of those people who don't learn, then you'll go and get into the same kind of relationship again and again. And I know a few people who do this. Don't be one of those jackasses. If you learn from your failures, you'll of course do better each and every time, right? How do you think I know all this shit? I've gone through many relationships. That's how I know all this. Okay, good. Let's continue. All right, I have three questions I'm going to answer here. Mangesh is saying, thank goodness I stay alone. My roles are crystal clear at home. Yeah. Don't wimp out, Mangesh. You'll have other relationships. Okay. In interviews and in similar situations, one party is in a position of power and the other ingratiates to it. How to overcome that imbalance and ensure a victorious situation? Okay. I think I pretty much answered this. If you apply my system, it will work anywhere. Okay. Because not my system, it's yogic system. Okay. Then Anshuja says, Guruji, your question about rejection. Yeah, okay. Guruji, how much should one reveal about themselves in communication with others? For example, certain shadow traits that we have may be used against us by some ill intentioned people at opportune moments. When you have clarity, goal clarity, this will become clear, Anshuja. Okay, so just work on role clarity and goal clarity. You'll be clear, like if someone in this role should get this information or not. Simple. Okay. I'm afraid I'll repeat my mistakes again and not sure if I'll be given the chance to correct again. How to overcome repeating mistakes. That was what my whole webinar was about. Okay. How to ask for an apology or make the other person understand their mistake. You can't ask for an apology or make other person understand the mistake. Just get all the rejection mode out of the way. It doesn't matter if they understand the mistake, don't understand the mistake. Okay. If you want to get back, you have to understand your mistake. All right. So, if you feel that you didn't do a mistake, I told you this will not work. Negative admission is step number one. If you can't admit that you made a mistake, then of course, So people are like, "You cheated on me. You cheated on me." And what about all the times that relationship had already gone into rejection mode? People go and cheat when you rejected them, but you don't even know you rejected them because you don't know how to read cues. You KGO, keep going on when you get rejection cues, right? Okay. So yeah, that's pretty messed up. Okay, don't do that. Okay, and don't ask another to understand the mistake. You understand yours, otherwise nothing is happening. Sometimes I forgive even before they apologize, and then I feel bad for overcompensating. Role clarity, goal clarity, and time pressure clarity is what you don't have in your relationship. That's why all this shit is going on. Okay? So just stop it and get these three clarities, and you'll be really happy. Okay? All right. Are financial relationship issues, diseases, non clarity of purpose all due to Pitru? No, diseases are due to malfunction of your body. And the body malfunctions because the software in the body has malfunctioned, which is your mind. And your mind malfunctions because of Pitrus. Got it? Okay. So all of these issues can be due to Pitrus, and it can be you and your ego, Mahishasur ego also. Okay. So unless you get a guru to coach you like how I coach my students, this is not going to get clear. So I urge you all to please join the Bhavana Diksha. Okay, I'll tell you how to do it, and you can find the link there and watch my talk on communication there and then join in. All right. Good. I'll share the link. Stick around. If negative emotions are from Pitrus, then what about positive emotions? Positive emotions are also from Pitrus. Like what they have practiced is what you're doing. You'll build your own positive emotions, but what you're having is just their positive emotions, which Pitrus before you have had, and you're just having it. If you want to grow in your emotional range and develop your own emotions, you should do Bhavana Diksha, which is emotion Diksha, not emotional, in which you will get a Siddhi called Bhakti Siddhi, which is the ability to enjoy. And there's no limit to how much you can enjoy, okay? Some of my students, you have no idea, they're really enjoying their life. In in like 2 3 weeks, they're really enjoying their life. Things are like wow. Okay, so you can also generate your own, but most likely, right now you don't have your own. They're all from Pitrus who are in Lokas. Okay. Should we reverse rejection of the other if the other person doesn't respect us? No, look, if they don't respect you, I mean, Meenakshi, it comes down to goal, role, and purpose. Like, if you have any purpose and goal with them, then you revive it. If you don't have any goal or purpose, don't revive it. Like, is everyone missing that thing, that role, goal, time, clarity? Okay, you really need this. All right, and all the more reason why you all need coaching, which is why you need to join my course. Really, seriously. I'm going to figure it out on your own. It's too complex. Okay. But what I've given you is the skeleton and the structure. And if you're very like I don't want to buy anything, then you don't take my course. Okay. And try and figure it out on your own. All right. What can we do when someone corners you, like when you're in a hurry to leave and they try to get you to agree to something? Well, all you can say is, I don't have time for this, and go. If they try to stop you, karlakatte. Take your karlakatte and hit them on the head. That's all. No, nobody can stop you from doing what you want to do. What do you mean? Stop you with what? You don't have role clarity in this relationship. I'm sorry to say this relationship has no role clarity, no goal clarity. So it's going to be shit. It's going to be gobar gas. Okay? Why do people behave badly in virtual communications? I don't understand. People behave badly in all communications. What is your question, Dr. Radha? Okay. How to understand rejection mode in virtual communications? Yeah, good. This is a good question. Okay, nice, Harsha. So in virtual communications also, you'll get the tone of the message, the kind of words people will use. You can understand whether they have gone into rejection mode and all. Okay. So you'll understand whether they're valuing you or not valuing you. But people can lie easier on a virtual communication. So better get on a Zoom call immediately and then you'll know the truth. Okay. Good. So, what is my role apart from Pitru Seva? Means, what am I doing on the planet? Till you do Pitru Seva, you'll not find out what you're doing on the planet. When there are no more Pitrus crying, then you'll have the peace in your mind. Otherwise, it'll be like mental chatter. So many things, including songs stuck in your head and all. It's coming from various talas. Okay. When you do that, then you'll realize what you're doing on the planet. It's Seva. I'm here for seva. There's no doubt about it. Okay. Anybody thinks that they're here to serve themselves by get an island. I also used to think I get an island. But I'm not interested in a bloody island because I just want an island to get away from people. But when I learned how to deal with people, then I don't need an island. I want to be here teaching, helping people live better. That's what I want to do. That's seva. Okay. So whatever seva is in your capacity, you do. And you'll get rich also. People are happy to pay you for your seva. No. Get down and like roll your sleeves up. I don't have sleeves only. I rolled it up so much that all gone. Roll your sleeves up and get into doing seva. That's what you're here for, not to serve yourself. People think that you're just here to serve themselves. And that's a big problem. That's why you have no purpose, okay? Looking for purpose outside of yourself is a very good idea. Okay. People speak with impunity in virtual mode. Will they dare to do which they would not dare to do in a face-to-face mode? Are they rather barking dogs here? If I take a Facebook ad on martial arts, I can crush anyone's skull, okay, with one blow. And still they feel that they know more than me, and there'll be so many comments. People can't just to shit on my martial art ads. Okay. What do I do? Delete. Ban the user. Finished. That's the biggest blow to them. They're like, yeah, this person's not encouraging my power trip. That's all. I just block them. Okay. You don't have to worry about what strangers think of you. I don't give a shit. If you search my YouTube comments, there are so many crap comments also. I don't read it. So I don't know it. Okay. Even if I knew it, I know it's not true, right? My father said if you're a donkey and someone calls you a donkey, you should not feel bad because you are a donkey. But if you're not a donkey and somebody calls you a donkey, you should not feel bad because you're not a donkey. You should know yourself. If you don't know yourself, that's a problem. If somebody said something, will you change who you are? If somebody said something to your friends about you and then they stop behaving with you nicely, that friend was not worth it because they can't see the real you. They've got Mashasur goggles on their eyes. They can't see them. Why do you want that friend? I don't want it. You don't even eat a rotten mango, but how many of you have rotten friends? So many of them. You just keep this is my friendship. I know this person from childhood. I got to hang around with them. No, you don't. You can say get lost to them if they're not courteous. Okay? So make sure that if people are courteous, you keep them in your life. If they're not courteous, you throw them away from your life. That's what I do. If people don't come to me and behave with courtesy, I'll tell them this is discourteous because of this. If you can't fix it, get out. It's really that simple, no? Then you don't have to be begging, pleading, crying, compromising, defending, attacking, explaining yourself all the time. Why? I've never done that in years and I'll never do it. Okay. All right. Good. So I hope that you all get this Siddhi, which is called Bhavana Siddhi, by joining my course and learning properly. Okay. Because nobody's presented this knowledge in a structured way before. Nobody, like just nobody. Okay. Go and look. And it's a great opportunity for you to learn. So make sure that you jump into the course. Okay. So those who want to jump in, here's the link bit.ly. No, it's not. I'm sorry. lnk.bio/Guru Pashupati. All right, I have sent it in the comments. I hope it opens. And if it doesn't, you can type it in your bar. Okay, and I'm also gonna make a small banner of it. lnk.bio/Guru Pashupati. Very nice. Here you go. Use this link LNK, that's L, okay, not INK. lnk.bio/Guru Pashupati. Go there and get started on Siddha Yoga. And I'll see you on the 19th. And in a week's time, I'm sure I can coach you with whatever problems you're going through right now. Okay. Those of you who believe in taking help. Otherwise, if you want the PDF, it'll be in the community Yoga of Accomplishment on Facebook. Okay. Just type this on Facebook Yoga of Accomplishment. Get the spelling right? Unlike me. There you go. Go to Facebook and search for Yoga of Accomplishment. Join the group. You'll get the PDF of this. Download it, print it if you want. Understand what's going on, and be free, be happy. Okay, that's what I want from everyone. Do it. Okay. Mangesh says, Guruji, only you will be in my life. Good arrangement. Okay. Now, other questions are my Shastra goggles. Okay. Can I do Shanti of my personal Pitrus or even of my family members? Yes, you can do Shanti of every Pitru, but join the course. I'll teach you how. Okay. It needs Diksha. Okay, guys. If you want to do Shanti for someone else's Pitrus, it needs Diksha. Come and take the Diksha. It's happening on the 19th and it's for free. So I don't know why you're crying. Just come. Don't cry about these things. All right. Good. And learn it well. Yeah. Okay. Good. Minnie is saying straight to the point. Thank you. Meenakshi is saying thank you. All right. Very good. If you have no questions, type NQ in the chat box and we're done for today. It was less than an hour. I thought it would drag on, but here it is. We covered it. Okay. Any questions? Anybody got questions? Because I'm at the end of my presentation. No more gap. NMG. Ah, Meenakshi writes no questions. Okay, good. I don't think anyone else has questions. Great. I hope you got some value, and I hope you'll be able to reverse this thing called rejection mode and get all your relationships into acceptance mode and have a great time on this earth. All right. See you.